So for the past 2.5 years, I've had a 6-axis robotic arm sitting on my desk. And because it can do anything, I've had it sitting here doing absolutely nothing. But now I decided last weekend, to jump in and see what it looks like to build something for this. So I wanted to start out with something simple, a fixed position. So the arm will be on a fixed table. And this is supposed to simulate, I'm zooming in on this poor woman's bottom side, but it's supposed to be a massage table. So you get in these environments, you kind of create this 3D world as a simulator. All the physics are correct. This is actually a simulated version of the actual bot. So the physics are move like the actual bot, and you can train it. So this is, kind of the start of a reinforcement learning setup. So I spent all weekend getting this crappy looking simulator working. And this is all I have to show for it. I'm going to scrap it. I'm going to go to something that's a little bit older, but this was NVIDIA's Isaac. Isaac. It's ISAAC. So I keep saying Isaac, but it's Isaac. It's their 3D environment, and it's really cool. You can get an Intel RealSense depth camera. You can throw it on there. That's what you see up here. Up top, I'm going to show the camera view from it in a second. And as the arm moves, you can actually see the camera move, which is super, super cool. But yeah, this is kind of the setup for how you do reinforcement learning. You can put this bot through 10 years of it kind of teaching itself how to do the massage. I know it's certainly not that simple, and I'm not that far along with it, but that is kind of the idea, that you could have 100, 1,000, 10,000 of these arms in parallel learning how to give a great massage. And then once you apply it to the real bot, the physics should be similar enough that you don't need as many real world training examples to get a reasonable result. And so this is the first use case, but it doesn't look like much. And the development is weird. It feels much more like a video game than I thought it would. But it's fun. It's a totally different experiment than I'm used to doing. I mostly just do software stuff, although in a past life I did a little bit with hardware and security cameras. But this is kind of the first thing I've been jumping into that has a real proper hardware component. Not that we're building just third-party robotic arms, but building software for robotic arms. I do think it's just an interesting moment in software engineering where writing code is easier and easier, and the real differentiator is either taste or preference or design or distribution. And that's a hard game to play. I'm a technical person, so it might be advantageous for me to learn a new skill set, get more familiar with something like a robotic arm, and be able to program things that have a more physical component. I think that not everyone would. There's plenty of people that can do this, but it should further differentiate some kind of startup that I do that has this physical component that a lot of people either don't want to do or don't think about doing. So that's what I was up to this weekend, and here's the pretty mediocre results.